Exciting price predictions for XRP are flooding in from nearly every analyst I follow, and the consensus, double digits are on the horizon. Most chart experts are eyeing $10 or more this cycle, with some expecting it to climb much higher. One analyst I trust has even floated an extended target of $44. Sounds bold, right? While it's not his base case, it's not out of the question either. Skeptical? Maybe. Impossible? Definitely not. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits, with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. We could look back on this cycle and realize it wasn't so far-fetched after all. Here's the thing. If Bitcoin makes a massive move, hitting $250,000 or even $300,000, it could light the way for XRP to surge. Money flows through the crypto space, and bigger market inflows could push these predictions into reality. Suddenly, those 44 targets don't seem so wild, do they? Stay tuned. This cycle could get very interesting. Let's see how high XRP can go. No one knows for sure, but it's always exciting to toss around some educated guesses based on historical price trends. In this video, I'll highlight insights from several chart analysts who are making bold predictions based on what they're seeing in the data. Here's something I've noticed lately. There's been an uptick in calls from analysts predicting a significant move for XRP, and it could happen sooner rather than later. But before we dive in, let me be crystal clear. This is not financial advice. I don't have a financial background, and you definitely shouldn't make any buy or sell decisions based on what I say. I'm just a crypto enthusiast who enjoys chatting about this stuff for fun. As I'm recording, it's 12:41 a.m. Central Time on Thursday, March 27th, 2025. My time zone, of course. I'm finally back home, and this is the first video I've made since attending a wedding in Florida last week. It was a heck of a road trip. I drove thousands of miles, practically crossing half the continental US. But hey, I'm back now, catching up, and ready to dive into what's happening in the world of crypto. There's so much happening right now that I barely have enough time to keep up with videos. The last few days have been a whirlwind, and honestly, it's an exciting moment to be part of the XRP community. As I'm recording this, XRP is sitting at $2.36, while Bitcoin has climbed all the way to $87,391. We're still stuck in a range, and I get it. This can wear people down. The longer an asset trades sideways, the more doubt creeps in. People start thinking, maybe it's never going to move. But here's the thing, markets don't stay stuck forever. My belief? We're gearing up for a massive breakout to the upside. I just don't buy into the idea that this market cycle is over. It doesn't add up. Think about XRP consolidating for 7 long years. Are we supposed to believe it'll hit an all-time high for a brief moment, then fade into the background? No chance. With the strength XRP has shown and such an extended period of consolidation, the signs all point to something bigger brewing. This market feels primed for a serious move. Now let's take a look at what chart analyst Crypto Michael has been saying. This guy nailed XRP's breakout last year. He was shouting about it to anyone who would listen. And now, he's calling for Bitcoin to explode. In his latest post, he says, Bitcoin bears are delusional. That dip to $76,000, just a bullish retest. He's anticipating a major upward move in the short term, and the buzz around Ethereum is growing louder. A wave of chart analysts are pointing out something big. Ethereum might have officially bottomed out. If true, this is fantastic news for altcoin holders. Historically, when Ethereum heats up, it takes off, and altcoins tend to ride its coattails. I won't be surprised if Ethereum skyrockets. Honestly, I want to see it hit ridiculous heights. Why? Because the higher Ethereum climbs, the better it is for XRP to make its move. If XRP is going to challenge for that coveted number 2 spot, a scenario with real historic precedents, the higher Ethereum's price, the better the potential for XRP. It's all connected. Take a look at the ETH USD chart on your screen. Chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto made a bold statement. Ethereum has reached a level signaling a macro bottom, something we haven't seen since 2022. Meanwhile, the usual naysayers are back at it, shouting, "It's over, Ethereum's doomed this cycle." Sound familiar? It's the same doom and gloom rhetoric we heard about XRP last year. And look how that aged. Not well at all. Markets bottom out. They always do. Ethereum is no exception. I'm rooting for Ethereum to rally, not just because I've been an ETH holder since 2017, but because of what it means for the broader market. History has a way of repeating itself, and if Ethereum sets the stage, XRP could be next in line for something massive. That number 2 spot, it's not just a pipe dream, it's a real possibility. Here's an interesting post from chart analyst Mustache that caught my eye. At the top, we've got a Bitcoin price chart, and below it, the S&P 500 chart. His caption, S&P 500 versus Bitcoin. He points out a strong bounce from long-standing trend lines, predicting Bitcoin will soon soar past $100,000. Bold claim, right? Lately, I've been noticing a surge in bullish predictions, not just for Bitcoin, but for XRP too. And in this video, I've got a ton to unpack. Analysis and commentary from about 8 different XRP chart analysts. Some are throwing out impressive double-digit price predictions, and honestly, I can see why. If XRP reaches those levels, I won't be shocked. The market isn't dead, it's far from it. Bitcoin's behavior here is fascinating, especially bouncing cleanly off those trend lines. And while fears about a bear market for the S&P 500 persist, these charts tell another story. Risk-on assets like Bitcoin and stocks tend to move together. And if this really is the bottom, the entire market could be gearing up for a big run. The key question? Which coins will outperform the rest? My bet? XRP is going to be leading the charge. Here's the total market cap right on your screen. He labeled it. Altcoins Bitcoin total market cap 2020 versus 2025. Stunning, isn't it? He's been sharing this post, updating it daily as new chart data rolls in. What's fascinating is his observation. History seems to be repeating itself. The market broke above a key trend line, dipped back to test it, and what was once resistance turned into support. Then, it skyrocketed. That final blow-off top of the last cycle. Is that where we are now? He seems to think so. Isn't it beautiful? He asks. Honestly, I'd agree. I've got a feeling we're on the verge of something big. Check out this post from chart analyst Bobby A., who believes XRP is gearing up for its next major move toward new all-time highs. Someone asked him if he thinks it'll happen before or after summer. His response? Before summer. That's just a couple of months away. But Bobby says timing doesn't really matter. What matters is that it's coming, and it's going to be huge. What's fascinating is the surge of confidence from analysts lately. Many who accurately predicted XRP's earlier breakout are now saying the charts are showing a classic setup for another big move. The buzz is building. Here's more from Bobby A. He predicts Bitcoin will climb to $120,000 to $130,000 in its next macro bull flag impulse, possibly marking the final leg of this cycle. As for XRP, he's calling for it to hit $8 to $13 soon and even flip Ethereum. Bold, right? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Bobby also highlights other coins poised to ride this wave, including Hedera Hashgraph, XLM, Solacorium, XDC, Velo, and Algorand. Cardano, he says it's due for a major repricing, and Litecoin is setting up for a macro bull run. He's even hinting that American cryptocurrencies like XRP are set to lead the charge. It's shaping up to be an exciting ride, folks. The Trump administration is gearing up to propose legislation for zero or reduced taxation on crypto. Now that's a game changer. Imagine if they make it retroactive, or at least apply it to the entire calendar year of 2025. If the market hits its anticipated blow-off top this year, as many are predicting, this could be monumental. It would fuel more buying, driving wealth creation to life-changing levels. On another note, Ripple is expected to IPO soon, alongside a major RLUSD announcement. X-Payments is also rumored to embrace blockchain tech entirely. Honestly, the adoption of blockchain in everyday life is inevitable, but let's not discount legacy finance. It's not going anywhere. In the bigger picture, we're likely to see a blend of both worlds coexisting. Switching gears, here's an update from Dark Defender, a known chart analyst. His latest post highlights a bullish momentum for XRP on a 3-month time frame. While smaller time frames show fluctuations, the higher frames indicate strength. According to him, the third wave could push XRP's price between $5.85 and $8. The fifth wave, this one's where things get really exciting. Analysts believe this wave could push XRP's price between $18.22 and $23.20. That's a massive range, sure, but what's thrilling is that even the lower projections are mind-blowing. Even if XRP lands on the lower side of predictions, we're still talking double-digit prices. and that's just wild. Take Bobby A, for instance. He predicts a range between $8 and $13. The blockchain backer? He's been consistent, eyeing $8, $9, or $10. These might seem modest compared to the higher targets, but the truth is, even those could be life-changing for so many early investors. If you've been holding XRP for years, buying in when prices were far lower, you're already positioned to gain big. Then there's chart analyst E. Greg Crypto, who set an extended target of $44 for XRP. His advice? Investing in crypto is a multi-dimensional game. Get used to it. Choose your targets wisely. He also suggests a more conservative goal of $15, and honestly, he could be right. I'm not here to predict prices, but let me tell you, none of this feels far-fetched. Look at crypto's history, especially XRP. Wild price swings are the norm, not the exception. What's crazy is that this isn't crazy. We're on the verge of something big. XRP entering true price discovery for the first time in more than 7 years. How high will it go? We'll find out together. But one thing's clear, it's going much higher than where it is now. One analyst pegs the base case at $22 per XRP. His stretch goal? $44. Personally, he's eyeing $27. Sure, that's a wide range, but there are so many moving pieces in this space. Nobody can say for sure. Here's the kicker. The more Bitcoin explodes, the more potential we could see for XRP holders to rake in life-changing wealth. So if you're an XRP holder, you better hope Bitcoin really takes off like a rocket. But here's some sage advice. Take profits. Don't wait around for the mythical perfect peak. No one has ever gone broke by securing profits. Yes, it's tough to sell when you think the price might keep climbing, but you have to make peace with that. You're not going to nail the absolute top, and that's okay. Even if you sell and the price doubles afterward, it's fine. That's why, just like dollar cost averaging into a position, you can dollar cost average out. You can exit your position at different price points, spreading exposure across the board. It averages out to something seriously attractive. Don't stress about selling on the lower end. You can't control every move. The key is making smart decisions to lock in some profit. When XRP starts surging, the real challenge will be psychological for many holders. Let's face it, in investing, you are often your own worst enemy. If you refuse to sell because you're scared it might go higher, that mindset can leave you holding the bag and missing the opportunity altogether. That's why I'm choosing to sell. If XRP skyrockets beyond where I cash out, I won't lose sleep over it. I'll be thrilled regardless because I know chasing the absolute top is impossible. Trying to time it perfectly? That's a fool's game. And that's okay. There's still wild profit to be made. Life-changing gains are on the table, and that's what really matters. Crypto enthusiast Stuff is Crypto nailed it in a recent post. You just survived another XRP bear trap. Now send it to $10 plus. Honestly, I'd bet he's right. Bitcoin recently dipped to around $76,000, and XRP's bottom hovered somewhere around $1.80 or $1.90. Classic bear trap territory. This ride isn't over yet, and history shows us this kind of thing has happened time and time again. Remember right before November when XRP was sitting at around 49 cents? People were doubting it, talking it down, and then boom, it skyrocketed to $3.39, hitting its all-time high. Wild, right? Oh, and what about last July? Anyone remember that? XRP tanked hard, dropping to around 40 cents, or somewhere close to that. It was brutal. And then again in early August, it cratered once more. Each time it felt like the end of the world. But guess what? Bear traps. Every single one. The price rebounded higher, proving once again that patience pays. This is the essence of investing, folks. Those who hold on for the long haul usually come out on top. Now, check this out. Crypto Tony, a known XRP analyst, shared an exciting update with his 514,000 X followers. Getting ready for the movement, he teased, staying consistent with his bullish outlook. According to him, consolidation is nearly over, and that long-awaited pop might be just around the corner. And he's not alone. Chart analysts across the board, like Jeevan Marks, are echoing the same sentiment. Marks recently shared an XRP price chart, hinting that the next big move is coming, and it may be closer than we think. Buckle up, XRP holders. XRP's price and relative strength index have broken to the upside, suggesting a potential for another big surge. The last time this happened, prices skyrocketed by around 570%. Now, analysts are buzzing about the possibility of yet another major breakout. One analyst who accurately predicted XRP's last breakout is doubling down, saying, "We're gearing up for another serious rip to the upside. It's It's hard to ignore when so many experts are aligning on the same outlook. While it's not a guarantee because anything can happen, I'd say the odds are looking strong for XRP to make a significant move soon. Meanwhile, chart analyst Mats B has pointed out that Bitcoin's price action is holding up at the bottom of its channel, with the top sitting at $118,000 and the cycle peak potentially exceeding $200,000. People aren't ready for this, he says, suggesting that if Bitcoin hits those levels, it will set the stage for XRP to really take off. While I'm not fully convinced we'll see Bitcoin go that high, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on, because if it does, XRP could enter an entirely new phase of growth. Imagine Bitcoin nearing $250,000. That's when things will get truly wild for XRP. Mats B remains bullish, responding to a comment about XRP's current price of $2.50 versus its potential for $9. His reply: XRP is still the most bullish altcoin. Nothing has changed. It's only a matter of time. That conviction hasn't wavered, and analysts like Dom, who provided an XRP update, echo similar sentiments. Dom notes that XRP faced a rejection at the orange VWAP bands, but bounced back at the 3-month POC mid-range. He describes how the price has remained pinned, balanced at equilibrium, which often happens before a major breakout. The stage is set, and clear levels are mapped out in both directions. It looks like XRP's next move could be one for the books. Alright, here's the deal. He's not outright saying the breakout will shoot upward, but this kind of consolidation, totally normal. He gets it. It's part of the game, and he seems convinced we're gearing up for a major move soon. So here's the question. If he's right and the big moment is right around the corner, where's your money going? Up or down? Think about it. We've already seen some gut-wrenching dips, for some, downright terrifying. But hey, weak hands have been shaken out. Maybe, just maybe, that was the bottom. If so, the next big move could very well be up. If that's the case, XRP holders might finally get their moment. Exciting, right? I know people are starting to lose patience, though. XRP at $2.35, and they're still complaining? Come on. It's been hovering around 35 cents for the majority of the time I've held it. Seeing $2.35? Yeah, I'll take that win all day. Perspective, people. This is the kind of moment that tests your patience. One day, you'll wake up, check the charts, and bam, the price will be running. Either you're in, or you're not. That's why my goal is simple. Be more patient than anyone else. And guess what? I've mastered the art of doing absolutely nothing, which is exactly what's needed here. Funny enough, some people really struggle with doing nothing. Me? I've got it down to a science. It might sound crazy, but it's true. Too many people feel the need to constantly tweak their investments, jumping in and out, trying to time the market perfectly. Those are the ones who miss out. The real winners? They're the ones with conviction. They might not have it all figured out. They're not wizards, and neither am I. But they stick to their strategy. The big wins come to those who stay the course. It's not about overthinking or constantly reacting. For me, it's about keeping it simple. Broad exposure, patience, and letting time do the heavy lifting. That's how investments grow into something life-changing. Oh, and just to be clear, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make decisions based on what I say. Seriously, that'd be a terrible idea.